I logged into work thinking my career was already dead. One slip of the tongue, one accidentally unmuted moment during a corporate meeting, and I had told my project manager, EXACTLY, what everyone else was too scared to say. I thought I'd be fired on the spot. But instead, my boss laughed, my company panicked, and somehow I became the most feared man in the entire office. This is how one accidental truth turned me into a legend. If you've ever said something you immediately regretted or wished you had the guts to speak the truth, smash that like button. Subscribe for more wild Reddit revenge stories and comment "muted" down below so I know you're part of the survivors of unmuted chaos. All right, buckle up. This one starts with pure anxiety and ends with poetic justice. I didn't sleep the night before. You know that sick, twisting feeling in your stomach, the kind that wakes you up at 3 a.m. because your brain replayed something embarrassing on a 4K IMAX screen inside your skull. Yeah, that was me. All because I had made the ultimate corporate sin. I forgot to mute myself during a meeting, not just any meeting, the weekly project check-in, the one where my PM, this overworked, always stressed guy, loves to go on 20-minute monologues about things that could easily be summarized in a single sentence. And right in the middle of one of his epic rambles, I said it out loud with my entire team on the call. Bro, you've been talking for 20 minutes about a TWO, mighty delay. Silence. A silence so thick it wrapped around my throat. Then someone typed in the chat, I closed my laptop so hard I'm shocked the hinge survived. Everyone online suggested I fake my own death, move to a farm, start a new life raising potatoes named after my regrets. Honestly, it sounded like a plan, but unfortunately I have a mortgage, and potato farming doesn't come with dental insurance. So the next morning, I did what felt like walking into my own execution. 8:59 a.m. My finger hovered over the Slack icon like it was a detonator. My heart was pounding so loudly I could feel the vibration in my teeth. I clicked. 12 unread messages. Not a great sign. 11 were from coworkers. Skull emojis, coffin emojis. GFs of people digging graves, people being buried. One guy even sent a Gregorian chant video like it was my funeral. And then the 12th message. A direct DM from the PM himself. Sent yesterday at 40:30 p.m. Hey, do you have 5 minutes for a quick sync before stand up? You ever feel your soul leave your body? I swear mine packed a suitcase. Because quick sync is corporate for. We're firing you, but trying to sound friendly. My cursor shook as I hit. Join call? No camera. No mic. I wasn't about to let him SEE the fear radiating off me like steam from a broken radiator. He joined. 3 seconds of silence. Then he laughed. Not a warm laugh. Not a friendly laugh. A tired, dry, I haven't slept in days and this job is killing me laugh. Saw yesterday. My mouth went into full panic mode, spewing every corporate apology phrase known to mankind. Technical issues? Bad connection? Audio glitch? My cat stepped on the keyboard. I'm so sore! I was basically confessing to crimes I hadn't even committed. He cut me off. Look, honestly. You weren't wrong? I froze. He continued. I realized after the meeting that I spent 20 minutes explaining a 2-minute delay. I ramble when I'm stressed. I swear my pulse was in my eyeballs. Was he agreeing with me? Was this a setup? A trap? An HR sting operation? He sighed, one of those deep, exhausted sighs. But, let's keep the commentary in the internal monologue next time. Yeah, my boss was on that call. He said your comment was unprofessional. I told him it was audio issues. So you owe me one. I sat there blinking like I had blue screened. I wasn't fired. I wasn't written up. I wasn't escorted out by HR with a tiny cardboard box containing my favorite pen and my dying succulent. I was alive. But then he added, also, your mic apparently sounds jar-8. Super clear. Translation, he heard EVARDHING. I thanked him, stumbled through a promise to be more careful, and ended the call. 5 minutes later, stand-up started. The moment I joined, someone typed in chat, careful everyone, THTRTH Tellar is here. Another person, a third. I have Evar muted myself faster. My PM snorted, trying not to laugh. Me, I taped a physical piece of cardboard over my mute button. Not even kidding. An actual piece of cardboard. I am never speaking freely again. My internal monologue is now quarantined for public safety. But here's the thing. As embarrassing as it was, As much as my soul tried to escape through my spine when I realized my mic was live, what I said. Everyone ELSE had secretly wanted to say it. I became, unintentionally, the office folk hero, the one who said the forbidden truth, the guy who cracked the system for a split second and lived to tell the tale. Later that afternoon, a coworker DM'd me privately. Dude, you spoke for all of us. He does ramble. Another message D. Bro, 20 minutes. I thought it was fart why. Someone else asked if I could accidentally unmute again during Friday's meeting because they had a list. Suddenly, I wasn't the office screw-up. I was the office legend. Sure, a legend who nearly fainted from anxiety and is now terrified of sound waves. But a legend nonetheless. And you know what? Even my PM seemed to soften a little, like realizing he'd been caught rambling made him self-aware. The next meeting, shorter, cleaner, efficient. The entire team benefited from the incident, all because I spoke one accidental sentence. One line of truth that cut through corporate fog like a knife. But here's the real twist. That feeling, the panic, the humiliation, the dread, it turned into something else. Relief. Because something magical happens when you hit rock bottom socially. You lose the fear. What's the PM going to do? Ramble me to death. Make me more embarrassed. Impossible, my shame levels are maxed out. I have seen the abyss, and the abyss heard me say, bro, wrap it up. I survived. Barely. But I survived. The project still continues. The team still laughs about it. My PM still rambles, but now with self-awareness. And I'm still taping cardboard to my mute button like it's a nuclear safety device. The sweetest part. My revenge didn't come from a plan. It came from pure, unfiltered honesty that slipped out by accident. But the poetic justice is this. For years, we all silently suffered through endless monologues. We nodded, smiled, pretended to take notes while mentally screaming. And it took only a moment of accidental truth to change the entire atmosphere of our team. My PM stopped dragging meetings into eternity. Coworkers felt braver. The chat became more alive, more human. Meetings became shorter, blessedly shorter. Everything improved because of my one humiliating sentence. Sometimes revenge isn't plotting or scheming. Sometimes revenge is your mic being unmuted at the worst possible moment. If there's one thing I learned, it's this. Truth has power, even when it escapes by accident. And sometimes the most embarrassing moments become the ones that set you free. Or at least shorten your meetings by 70%. If you enjoyed this story of accidental honesty and corporate chaos, hit that like button. It tells YouTube you want more revenge stories just like this one. Subscribe for the next wild tale, and drop a comment. What's the most embarrassing thing YOV ever said on a live mic? I'll be reading them. Muted, of course. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you in the next story.